What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back to review Zatima. Yes, the show that's supposed to be related to sisters, but it's really not. Let's jump right on in. This will be a review for episodes 1 and 2. And let me just tell y'all my thoughts. So far, I will say the show is not bad as far as these first 2 episodes. It's a lot of it is typical Tyler Perry fashion. You know what I mean? Like, storylines are dragged out. Everything's lasting multiple episodes, but it's okay. One thing that I will say is that the intro is super cute. I love like all the different photos and all that stuff. Really cute intro. But let's jump right into the episodes. Okay, I'm not gonna go in order. I'm just gonna base this off of memory. Um, First things first. Fatima is moving all of her stuff out of her apartment, putting it in storage, and Zach has the bright idea for her to sell her place. I'm just trying to figure out why is Zach making that type of decision for her when they haven't even been dating for a year. It hasn't even been 6 months. Like, I really want Fatima to keep her place and rent it out. But then it also had me thinking, what type of job, or not job, what type of income does Fatima have? Because last time I checked, she is an assistant to Andy and she works with chain breakers. That's cool. But how is she owning her own place? Like, y'all let me know. Because Fatima honestly is looking like she's doing better than all the girls combined when it comes to the Sisters franchise. Okay? Even though she only has an assistant role, you know what I mean, in Andy's office, she out here living large and in charge. Okay? But moving on from that, we did get to meet Fatima's friends. I like her friend Angela. Shout out to finally having a curvy girl around. I'm all here for that. She's super pretty. The other friend is pretty too. I just can't remember her name. Um, she kind of have a little stank-a-dank attitude, but we'll get to her reasoning why later. Fatima decides that it's time for her friends to meet Zach. I'm like, okay, that could be real cute. And her friends are like, oh yeah, I have someone for you to meet. Her friend Angela said this because she's now dating a new guy. I'm like, okay, this will be cute. So we also got a scene of Zach playing some basketball with the boys. This is a whole new group of boys because first off, Bryce. Let's start with Bryce, you guys. Is Bryce supposed to be Jake? Because it's not making sense. Tyler, if you couldn't get the guy to play Jake to come back, like, you should have really thought this through. Because at the end of the day, it's not coagulating with the rest of the storyline. It's not. Because you had Bryce talking about SEC this, you had Bryce talking about how he taught, Zach all this stuff. And I'm just like, wait, those are things that Jake did. So is Bryce supposed to be Jake? Or are these two people both working at the same office under Gary? Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that, because I thought it was super weird that we got two different characters who are supposed to be friends with Zach. Like, that was a huge misstep to me on Tyler's behalf. That was a huge misstep. But moving on from that, oh yeah, the guys who we play basketball with, they trash. Because I feel like they are too old to be having the conversation of, oh man, dude, you just got on. You don't need to be worried about no woman, all this stuff. You're like 38. We shouldn't be having these conversations as if we're teenage boys. Chill out with that. All right, now let me go ahead and jump on over to this dinner. So, this dinner, it starts off okay because it's just Angela arriving. And then you also had, what's the guy? Bryce. Bryce shows up because Bryce is dating Angela. Okay, fine. Of course we're going to make the friends date. Typical thing that happens in TV, right? Okay. So everything's going fine until that other friend comes. I wish I remembered her name. The other friend shows up and Zach opens up the door. Y'all, I was not expecting for when she walked in for her to be like, oh yeah, we fucked. I'm like, that's the way you gonna yell it out? Okay. So we come to find out that Zach has hooked up with one of Fatima's friends. Of course, this is going to happen because Zach has a reputation of hooking up with everybody. Now, one thing I will say is that this hookup happened 2 years ago. So, Fatima shouldn't really trip, right? Oh no. This friend is like, no, because he was still with Karen at the time. Now, according to Zach, this is when him and Karen were on some type of break. At some point they were on and off again. All right, whatever. But baby girl was not letting it go. Y'all, her friend, I cannot be friends with her. Because I feel like she was, number one, dragging it out. Especially when it came to the point of, oh, well, I flew in town. I hooked up with him because he was working at the airport. He didn't even link back up with her because he ghosted her. So he ghosted her, and then she decided, oh, let me do some research and digging on him. Found out he was dating Karen, went to the shop and told Karen everything that happened. I said, now, girl, you could have just let that be. You could have left your embarrassment to yourself. But no, according to her, she went to Karen's shop and she told Karen. And also, she still go to Karen's shop. Karen still does her hair. I said, well, that's messy. Now, this is what threw me off. When she was like, yeah, because Karen's pregnant. Since when? Since when did anybody else know besides the girls and Pam, and Zach and Aaron, that Fatima was pregnant? Not Fatima, sorry. That's not Sabrina. Oh my God, what is her name? Karen. That Karen was pregnant. Am I tripping, y'all? This is what I'm saying by Tyler. You have to make your shows belong in the same universe if that's what you're trying to do. Because there's no way you're going to tell me that a random customer knows that Karen is pregnant. Since when? She hasn't told anybody anything. Technically, anytime we even talk about her being pregnant, she shushes Pam so nobody will know. Make that make sense, Tyler. Just make it make sense. But nonetheless, I will say Zach, he definitely got into the friend's ass because she kept trying to, call him out at the table. Now, I want to go back a few seconds because I didn't appreciate Zach sitting at the table acting like a little child, flicking her off because he was upset that he got busted out because he slept with her. Because we all know he done slept around with everybody. It's like you did not have to be that childish in that moment. You could have been a bigger person. But I will say, I do agree. What man is going to sit there and let a woman who ain't even his woman go off about him like that at his table, in his house? I was like, yeah, you have a point. Like, girl, you're going to have to shut up. Listen, little friend, you are going to have to shut up because this is not working out in the way that you think that it is. Okay? So, that's pretty much what happened with the dinner scene. I think in that moment, Bryce also told Zach that the SEC was going to be on his ass. Or maybe that happened a little bit later. Can't really recall. What other scene do I want to talk about? Oh, I forgot to mention Fatima going to the strip club. So Fatima goes to the strip club so that way she can check Zach's baby mama and tell her when to meet at their house so that they can do this DNA test. And I'm just like, I get it, Fatima, but you're involving yourself way too much in Zach's affairs when it comes to all this baby mama drama. Like, if anything, Zach should be setting that up. It should not be the woman who he's dating is trying to roll up on a possible baby mama. And then for the baby mama to be like, I'm trying to get my child support first. How does that make sense? First of all, is that even a real thing, y'all? I don't know much about the court system and paternity and all the drama that comes with that. But you mean to tell me you can go down there to the courthouse, file some paperwork that says, hey, this is my baby's daddy. And then you collect the child support payments before the paternity test. Oh, I can't even lie. If that's the case, then men, y'all are getting the short end of the stick because that may not even be your baby, and they collected money for this child. Okay. But yeah, her whole point is that she's trying to get this money out of Zach. Regardless of a paternity test, she is just like, it's all about the dollar. It's all about the money, right? I'm like, okay, here we go with this tacky storyline. Next thing you know, Fatima is beating the girl head into the wall. I said, wait a second, not her assaulting her at the strip club. I'm sorry, but I feel like that girl should have at least had one or two girls who had her back. You know what I mean? Considering they all work together at the strip club. Maybe I'm thinking too much like P Valley. Like, if things went down on P Valley, multiple girls would probably get involved. But clearly not at this strip club. I will say this. As much as I like Fatima's character, I am kind of tired of this, oh, Fatima is always whooping ass and Fatima is always down to fight and like all this for her character, because I feel like that's not who we were introduced to. Sure, she had her moments of like, being a bit feisty, but my God, I feel like from the previews of this show and just her going in there to do that to that stripper girl, like, girl, you doing a lot. Fatima is doing a lot for Zach, and y'all ain't even really like engaged or anything. But nonetheless, whatever. I thought it was kind of weird also because let's say this is Zach's baby. Girl, you just bashed his baby mama head into a wall. How y'all gonna get on a good foot? I don't think that you are. But nonetheless, that is what Tyler wrote. I'm trying to think what else happened on these episodes. Oh, Zach met up with the lady from the SEC. So you already know Zach has been prepping for this meeting. He's been trying to, make sure that he knows all the information that he needs to know. And we learned that he's going to meet up with this one lady. I can't remember her name. I think it's like Ginger or something. Can't really remember. So he meets up with her. Well, no. First of all, he calls her. And she's like, I'll be at your house at noon. I'm like, dang, how do you know if he's available, girl? For you to just be like, I'll be at your house at this time. Whatever. So, of course, she comes over to the house. And he tries to woo her a little bit, even though it wasn't working. And the thing is, he was giving all the right answers about he did all this. He studied this in prison. All this stuff. And according to her, he answered the questions too well, as if he rehearsed it. So now he's going to have bigger fish to fry because she's going to be coming for that ass. And I'm ready to watch. So I believe that is all that I have for my review of the show. I'm going to be doing reviews for the other episodes, of course. And yeah, I like it so far. It was just the first two episodes. I just want to see how this is going to work within the Sistas universe. Oh, also I forgot to mention, Zach bought Fatima a new car, and I'm just like, when did you have time to do that? When did you have time to just, go out and buy her a new car? And also, I feel like he's just spending his money all willy-nilly. But I'm just like, you're not continuously making money. You know what? Whatever. It's Zach. So, I'm going to continue to watch the show. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.